Hey YouTube, this is like attempt number 4 today to do this video. I don't know what it is. My last attempt, I was rambling and rambling and went over 15 minutes and didn't realize it. Anyways, I just kind of wanted to let you know with yesterday, I'm pretty sure I went over my calorie count. I have not tallied it yet, but I know part of the problem was I went overboard with my new find. And I woke up this morning, not that I went and did like 1,500 calories. I don't even think, I'm pretty sure I was closer to 800 or so. But I noticed I didn't lose weight when I weighed myself this morning. So, and I think maybe it was because I had too much sodium, because I did some Googling and finding out how much sodium intake you're supposed to have, or based on your calorie restrictions. And I think they said you're only supposed to have about 1,000 calories if you're on a diet, 1,000 milligrams of sodium if you're on a 1,000 calorie diet. And this stuff has 520 milligrams, which is 22%, which basically is 44% for us, which might be a little bit higher because I'm only allowed 650 to 800. Preferably on the lower end. So I think I overdid it with the sodium, but it was so good. Anyways, I wanted to tell you, I'll try to remember and I'll tally it up. I write down everything I eat every day just in case they ask me. Not that they ever have. That's the weird thing. Is when I've seen my nutritionist during this process, I've had people say, oh, make sure you have your fork ready, and they might say it, and then they never ask me. Oh well. But, don't not write down before you are at your pre-op diet just thinking you won't, because you never know. They can reserve the right to say, hey, right to someone, sorry, I've got something. But yes, I did lighten my hair. It's probably going to go lighter. I have this issue with things not working the way I want to when I go from red to blonde. Anyways, this is Latin-style black bean soup from Trader Joe's. I like Trader Joe's because if it says, this isn't organic, but if it says organic, it's pretty true, whereas I know there's been problems in the past with people doing fake organic. Anyways, it has 70 calories per serving, 4 grams of protein, only 3 grams of sugar. It has 4 grams of fiber. Woohoo! And it has some potassium, 260 milligrams. And I know that potassium's good for us. But this is really yummy. I'm glad I got it, because it actually, even though it's only a cup just like my regular beef bouillon, I feel like it's a little thicker, and I feel like it actually sticks to my ribs. I feel like I'm actually having food, even though it's still liquid. Now I'm gonna have to be careful with some of this stuff. Like, here's some organic tomato and roasted red pepper soup. Now with this, it's 100 calories per serving, so I'd really have to watch it. But I'm going to show you some soy milk I found at the Dollar Tree. And yes, you can order it online by the case. They'll send it to your location, and they will not charge you shipping. That's what the lady told me when I was at the store and I bought this. It's got 140 milligrams of sodium, so it's not as bad. So if you had a light date, like you figured it out, maybe use soy milk, or if you had a protein powder that was really low in calories, you might be able to work out to maybe have 2 bowls of this and not mess up your sodium and everything. 2 grams of fiber, 8 grams of sugar, so that might be a little high, but it's got 2 grams of protein in it. I am jacked up about trying this. I'm going to try to plan and figure out a day where I don't go over my calorie intake, and I can try this puppy. Because even though I'm not a huge tomato soup fan, the roasted red pepper sounds good. And another thing you can do that won't add calories but adds tons of flavor is like Mrs. Dash seasoning, and they have no sodium in it, so it won't affect that at all. If anybody doesn't know about Mrs. Dash and is kind of curious, I do have a few bottles of it in the pantry. So just leave comments below or send me an email at shrinkingtowin, and I'll be glad to share it with you, just to give you some ideas. I also found at Trader Joe's beef broth, and to compare it to the beef broth, cubes that I got like at the Dollar Tree. It's only 10 more calories per serving, so 10 instead of 15. The sodium is 570 milligrams. There's less than 1 gram of sugar, which is a good thing, and it's got 2 grams of protein. So I am very excited about this. Every little bit of protein helps. So, and the calories really are not that bad for a, protein-based thing. Now with these things, you have to use them within 7 to 10 days of opening them. But if you don't open them, like my expiration date, make sure you keep expiration dates checked on your things. Because, like with this, it's not going to expire until end of February 2013. But let me just tell you this: check your expiration labels on everything. I found out the hard way. Toothpaste expires. I never realized this until after I got married. I was given some toothpaste by someone that had an abundance. And my husband opened up the tube of toothpaste. He goes, "Ew, what's wrong with this?" And he looked at the end of the tube and saw there was an expiration date. It had expired. It's nasty. So we're pretty good about staying in expiration range because we know how nasty you can get a toothpaste. Anyways, I found this at the Dollar Tree. It is plain low-fat soy milk. It says it's organic. I don't know if this is real or fake because I don't know anything about the company that's supplying this to the Dollar Tree. And let's see. As far as the nutrition facts, this is also used within 17 days of opening, and this also has an expiration date, but it's like the middle of February. So I'm pretty pleased about that. And considering soy milk, something like this, that you use multiple times a day, because you could easily, 8 times, you could almost use this in a day, if not use this in a day. I mean, especially post-op or before, but, I see me's pretty expensive, and it's only $1. So I picked up 2, and I gave one to the nutritionist, the people that taste it, because I'm like, Dollar Tree? Hey, that rocks. And it's lactose and dairy free, which is good. So I know some people will be lactose intolerant afterwards. I'm hoping I'm not, because I really want to be able to eat cheese after surgery. When I get to that stage, because I'm a cheese fan. Anyways, it's got 70 calories per serving. Let's see. It's got 95 milligrams of sodium, 35 milligrams of potassium, 5 grams of sugar, and 5 grams of protein, which I did not notice until like right before I was ready to post this clip of this video I've been trying to make. But yeah, I'm pretty excited about this. In fact, I think I might try using this tomorrow. I'm thinking if I use this instead of regular milk, I might be able to try the roasted red pepper soup. And if I really play my cards right and everything, I'll have to check it, but I might be able to do, no, I'm not too sure. Part of me was thinking, well, maybe I could do a red pepper and some of the bean soup, but I'm not going to do that because I'm not going to push my thing. I'm not going to go over because I really, really, really want to make sure I lose some weight. Of course, by the time I weigh myself again, I know yesterday my husband, he was like, "How often do you weigh yourself?" I go, "Well, normally just in the morning, but I ended up weighing myself like halfway through the day, but I was changing my clothes." Like, he did another photo op thing. And I don't know, I was just curious. So, anyways, we will see. Anyways, I hope this is informative to you. If you have any questions, like I said, comments, suggestions about something you want me to talk about, let me know. Comments below, or shrinkingtowin at gmail.com. I tell you, this diet, I'm going to tell you a couple of things before I leave. My big complaints are with this diet are, I'm tired. I really am tired. And the other thing is I feel absent-minded, very forgetful. Like, there's things that I'll ask you, like, did I tell you? And they're like, yeah, you told me like twice. I'm like, I told you? We're in the car driving home from dropping off my son. He was trying to get my attention for like 5 minutes. And I didn't know he'd tried to get my attention until I finally noticed he was talking to me. Really strange. But the only other thing is that's interesting about this diet is I'm smelling food more. I don't necessarily smell it when my husband's cooking the food. Praise the Lord. But like today I was running an errand and I was driving and I was waiting in the stoplight and I could smell the Chick-fil-A that was to the right of me. And I was like, oh man, could I get some like Chick-fil-A broth? You know, it smelled so good. But yeah, it smells are starting to get to me. Like I've noticed, like the smells of restaurants that I may have noticed a little bit prior to this diet, were one thing. But with this diet, it's like somebody said something like, you can smell it. Yes, you can smell. I smell a whole lot more. Yeah. Anyway, I hope y'all have a wonderful day. And I better go before I start repeating myself. If I have already, please forgive me. Anyways, I hope this is okay. I'm just being real with y'all because it's one thing to experience something, not knowing what to expect, and then thinking you're going crazy because you're experiencing. It's another thing knowing, okay, this is what can happen. Prepare yourself so that if it does happen to you, you know you're not crazy, and it's just a part of the game. It's like with the surgery, the gastric bypass. It's very common to have hair loss. You know, your hair thins out. Okay, well, I know that it could happen. It's probably a strong possibility. Do I want it to happen? No. Am I looking forward to it if it does happen? No. Am I hoping and praying that I am very fortunate and it doesn't happen to me? Yeah. But at least I know it can happen, and I'm bracing myself for it in case it does happen, so that when it does happen, if it does happen, I'm not panicking, and I don't think I'm going crazy, and I'm not calling up my surgeon going, what in the world's wrong with me? My hair's coming out. I know. I like knowing stuff. Like with I was told that with this pre-op diet, some of the symptoms you could have when you first start out is a headache that's known to last for like 3 days. Then you can feel like you have the flu. Well, I braced myself, okay, I might have this for this one. Well, I didn't have that. I had a slight headache, and I didn't feel like I had a flu, but I prepared myself so that if it did happen, I didn't feel like I was going crazy, so I'd rather tell you what's going through with me in case you do have it when you go through it. You know, and if you're listening to all these videos and you're finding all these crazy things out that can happen, and if it scares the dookies out of you, and you're just like, there's no way I can handle that, maybe this isn't the option for you. But, you know, you got to decide what you're willing to allow to possibly happen to you. Possibly allow to happen to you just in case it does happen. It may not. It may not. Like there's somebody, I can't remember her name. I think it's House89. I've seen her. I haven't asked her, but looking at her videos, she doesn't look like she's lost any hair at all. I haven't looked through all her videos, but as best I can tell, she's lost 100 pounds. She doesn't look like she's lost an ounce of hair. She looks fantabulous. So maybe there's a good chance I might not lose my hair. I don't. We'll see. Anyways, when I tell you stuff, it's not to scare you. It's to let you know what I'm experiencing so that if you go through it, you have an idea that you're not crazy. You're not the only one. So, anyways, have a great day. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.